First of all, I guess the strongest feeling I have about today is just the incredible atmosphere that McHale presents. I mean, it's such an amazingly unique place, and if you've been here in Tucson, or this is the place you've watched games throughout your time, then the perspective probably isn't as great as mine, having come from a different area where a lot of people pride themselves on basketball and having a great home court environment. You know, I'm amazed on a Sunday afternoon with really very little effort on our part to attract a huge crowd, that we had such a great crowd, and I want to thank all the fans for doing that. You know, Blue-Red, as we move forward in the future, is always going to be a big weekend for a lot of reasons, whether it be recruiting, whether it be the start of a new season, and most importantly, I think sometimes an opportunity for this year's team to really get their feet wet and playing in front of such a great electric crowd. It's one thing to do it every day in practice. You know, you have that phrase game slippage, and you want to put your team and players, especially a young team like ours, out in front of an audience. And from that perspective, today's crowd really prepares them for the future. So that was really a fun day for us, and for me and our staff being new really shows you the specialness of McHale. And it's been a long time since I've been in here as an opposing player, but that feeling came back real quick right there at the beginning as you see the pageantry and the tradition that fills the building.
Have you seen the progress you had hoped to see to this point, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, you know, our team we're getting better. If we would have had this Blue-Red game last weekend, I don't believe the quality of play in certain aspects would have been as high. You know, you can see individual plays being made, and especially by some of our younger players. You know, there's some promise there. You can see that as the season grows, we have a tremendous opportunity to get better and improve, because with youth there's also some talent, and with newness, even in our sophomore class, as guys are just beginning their second year, you know, generally speaking, those individual players tend to get better. But we're making progress. I also think, especially defensively, the identity that we want to have, the toughness, you know, the ability to get consecutive stops against really good teams, we're not anywhere close to that. And that's going to be a big challenge from today's Blue and Red game through the next couple of weeks when we open up against Northern Arizona. And that toughness defensively and what it means to get a stop and how hard you have to work, you know, is something that, quite frankly, the youth of our team doesn't allow us to feel right now. We have to get through more practices and more exhibition games and scrimmages with officials before I think we're going to be better. But my hope is a couple weeks from now we'll be much better in that area as we continue to work.